Hello everyone, I'm going to do my second run for the Monster Train League, which if you haven't seen any of the other videos, we are running through 6 different custom challenges and we are trying to get the best time across all of them. So this is a seed I submitted. It's Stygian Umbra. And I noticed I started with enemies are dazed on the top floor, so I figure I will just get by without needing a tank for a while, and hopefully damage the boss from spells. I do have a mollusk mage to help out with that, so I'm just going to go spell heavy. And pick up an offering token there. I already have offerings in my deck, so that's a good start. I do want a tank for the relentless phase, though. That's not quite a tank, but it is a lot of damage if I'm playing casting a lot of spells. And evacuation eruption could be really good, especially when it's in the same lane as the mollusk mage. So I'm thinking I might want to just give the mollusk mage some HP. And between that and the siren getting HP every time I cast, hopefully that'll be enough to stay alive during the boss phase. And obviously, not taking any damage before the boss comes helps out a lot. Downside to this approach is, I want to cast spells on the lower floors, which doesn't get the buffs. So, Space Prison means I can stack even more stuff there, maybe a second mollusk mage. Multi-strike on the siren is really good. So I'll put the mollusk mage ahead of the siren. And there, I don't really want X cost cards because I'd rather cast more spells to benefit from the magic power and the incants. I was hoping to get my mollusk mage earlier. That's the downside, is it's not a priority draw. So I mean, it still can work as a tank because the units are dazed, so it's not a big deal that I don't draw early. It just means I don't have as much damage. I think I have enough spells that I'm not worried about the Diligent eating all my spells. I just won't cut all the starting spells I have are not really part of my plan. So losing them is not a big deal. So it's like 10 spells that I have extra at least. Furnace Tap is kind of annoying. Let's say Permafrost. But Ancient Synergy is really good since I'm going to keep all of my starting spells. And so now I have basically 2 rounds of relentless combat covered from the mollusk mages, and then the HP from the Siren of the Sea that should be scaled up. So I think I'm doing okay against bosses now. And then I picked up the shark there so that I could deal with some of the trash in case my damage doesn't scale fast enough. And here I should have set up on the top floor. There was normally it's just instinct on this fight is to set up on the first two floors because their damage scale is really high. But obviously, since they're not attacking, that's not a problem if you're on the top floor. So that was a mistake. But it's not a big deal, as like I'm fine still. Hopefully. Do have a lot of spells that do a lot of damage. Okay. More consume fodder. Okay, I probably overkill now, but I have plenty of consume fodder. So I just need some draw probably, or ember. Oh, probably not ember. Considering they give me ember for those cards. So I'm not going to make the same mistake as on the first challenge. I'm setting up on the top floor with this stealth boss. I do think I have an easier time of it this time though because of all the spells. Volatile Gauge would be really nice, or Split Anvil, or anything like that. Just in time. So much scaling on the siren there. I'm just putting morsels down to soak up stealth stacks. Okay, spell weakness is pretty good with my really expensive spells. Ooh, Frozen. I do have a 4-cost spell that I can't afford, and instead of cost reducing, I can just freeze it. And I get it, so I will put it on the 4-coster. And then I probably want to dupe that because it does a lot of damage. Get rid of the last train steward, and now the rest of my deck kind of serves a purpose. I guess I don't really need the frozen lances anymore. But even the frozen lances do like 21 damage with my 2 mollusk mages. Hopefully the shark can take out the scourge givers reliably. Take a little pyre damage, I don't think. I'm not worried though. I have so many good spells. Wasn't really paying attention to which morsel went where. I probably could have optimized that better, but when you're going for speed, you don't really have time to think about that. These ember producing cards are really handy for these scourges. And Phil's already down to 700 hit points. Easy fight. Pick up trample here. I could get unlucky with my spell draws, I guess, and just prevent some leaking. I don't think quick does anything helpful. Multi-strike would have been nice, but I can't afford it. I don't think I'm relying on max frostbite stacks for the boss combats, because I'll already have damaged the boss at that point. Just getting more spells out means more incants and more things that benefit from the double mollusk mages, so, with the cost reduction, since I do still have a lot of expensive spells. Sitting up on the top floor is kind of a little slower than I'd like. I mean, this is certainly not any sort of speedrun, normal speedrun competitor, but I think it was the only way to reliably keep my units alive. Boss is already dead, I'm wasting time. And it's dangerous too, at higher difficulty levels that could cause this boss to actually kill you. Get another mollusk mage? I think I have room for it. So it's 21 extra damage on every spell I cast, which I cast a lot of spells, preferably. Looking for endless or multi-strike, and I got endless. So now those backline units are gonna be much more tolerable, and I'll get some early frostbite stacks on the boss. Doesn't quite kill the Scourge Givers, but it's like one less round I have to deal with them. That's an extra one, I believe. Oh, I needed to draw my capacity card first, unfortunately. There it is. And 10 damage gets through, but I'm full health, so it's fine. I don't think I need to save these consume cards. There's only a couple rounds left. There we go. 85 damage 3 times, pretty good. And he's already dead. Or she. Or he. I don't know. So total time, it's much longer. Total time was 16 minutes and 45 seconds. I do think it could have been done faster, but it's hard when you don't know what's coming. Hopefully this holds up to the others. And if anybody else is interested, this is an open league. So if you contact myself, Never Nathaniel or Sinus, if you're interested in competing. Thank you.